Green Day Longview, a huge hit from the 90s here. Probably Green Day's biggest song, as far as I remember. They probably had a big run now. But this one's one of my favorite for sure, and especially once we get to the bass parts. It's pretty much the bass that makes this whole song. But we'll jam through the guitar sections real quick, and then I'll get you to some bass. And the guitar parts are pretty basic here, nothing too wild. It's going to kick off here where, for the intro and the verse, basically you're just resting on guitar. You get through the whole verse, and right towards the end there, he kind of just, they come in with these, this pickup chord where a good measure or two of just hammering on this, and then we go right into the chorus. Okay, so once we get to the end of that verse, we're just going to wail on this. It's a C sharp here, or a D flat. Just a 5 chord. It's all just power chords in this song, of course. It's a punk song. Okay, and we're just going to strum on this, just up, down, back, and forth for, eighth note for a good couple measures. Okay, and you just want to get that up to tempo. Okay. Alright, for the first chorus, the beginning of it is pretty much the same as the rest of the choruses here. It'll end a little more abruptly than the following choruses, so that's all you got to really look out for. And this is going to be up here at A sharp, B flat here, the 6th fret on the E, and then just make the power chord there, of course, all 5 chords. Okay, and we're just going to kind of hit it like that 4 times, and just kind of cutting it in between each strum. And if you want, you can just kind of, hit it once and then come back up on some dead strings. If it helps you with the timing, or you think it sounds cooler, whichever you like. I'll just keep it simple here and just do the 4 strums. Okay, and then we drop it down 2 frets to the 4th fret here, and we'll just do a couple on that, and then we bring it up to the 6th fret on the A. Okay, 8 on the D, 8 on the G. Okay, and we're just going to do a 1, 2, 3 on that. Okay, just a down, up, down. Alright, so then just put that all together. Okay, just get that up to tempo. Alright, and then once we get to the last time around to that progression, we'll just hit that, and then we just rest it on there. We just let that ring out. Okay, and then it just fades into the next verse. Alright, and like I said, once we get to the next chorus, the second, third chorus, the first half of it's the same, but once we get to that final progression of it, we're just going to keep it on that 4th fret of the E here. Okay, that A flat. And then that's going to build us into the bridge and all that. Okay, so it just sounds something like this. Okay. Okay, just keeping on that 4, that last progression of it. Alright, and once we get to the bridge, pretty easy. We're just going to go from the 6 on the A, so 6A, 8D, and we're just going to do a measure of that, and then just bring it down 2 frets to the 4th fret on the A. 1 measure of that, and just repeat that. And one of my favorite things about this song is that at the very end, there's just this kind of cool little riff he does here up high, just to end the song. So coming off of the last chorus, we're basically going to do this thing where we just slide 6 and 6 on the G and B, just slide that up 2 frets to 8 and just let it ring. Okay. Okay, and then we'll do this little bit here where we're still on those 8s of the G and B, and we're going to just hit it and then hammer on to 9 on the B. Okay. And then we go back to the 8s and then down to the 6s. Just let that ring. Okay, then we come back up to the 8s and do the hammer on to the 9 of the B. And here we do keep that 8 on the G and then hit 8 on the B. Okay, and from there we just hit 11 and 11 on the B and E. Alright, and then we do the 8s to hammer on the 9. Back to the 8s to 6. And then we just repeat that little section. Alright, most recognizable part of the song, of course, the bass line. And can't get out of here without showing you that, for sure. And pretty fun. Just initially, before the real cool part starts. This is cool too, though. It's just gonna come into it by just starting up high and just 16th picking down, trem picking, what I like to say. I don't know if you're really nimble with your fingers, you can do that. I'm pretty sure he's using a pick. I mean, it's a punk song, so you can get away with it using a pick. But we're just going to be on the 12 of the E here, and we're just going to hit it and just slide it down while picking. Okay. Okay, just like that. Alright, and now into the verse pattern here. Really cool bass part. We're just going to do 4 on the A, and we're going to do the hammer on to 4 to 6. And then we do, on the D, we do 8, 6, 5. Okay, then we do a pull off from 6 to 4 on the A. Then we do 6 to 5 on the D, 4 on the A. Then we come up here real quick and do 8 to 6 on the A. Okay, then we do 8 on the D, 6, 5. And then we do 8, 6, 5 on the G. And then just end it with the 6 on the G. Okay, so let's try that slowly. Alright, then just get it up to tempo. Alright, and the last time around on the verse, we're just going to go through the whole thing as usual, but once we get to that last, on the D, we're just going to go from there and then just hit those, that pickup chord into the chorus there, that C sharp, right there on the 4 of the A, just matching what the guitar is doing. Okay, so we just sound like this. and the chorus is pretty basic. It's just matching what the guitar is doing. So we'll be at the 6 on the E here, just hitting that 4 times. Okay, down to 4 twice. And then we do the 6 on the A 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so. Alright, and just an interesting thing he does at the beginnings of the second verse and the third verse, he just switches it up a little bit here, where we go on the 6 on the A, okay, to 8 on the G, back to the 6 on the A, and then we do a hammer-on from 6 to 8 on the D, and then we do 8 on the G, back to 8 on the D. Okay, so. You just want to get that up to tempo. Right. And then we do a 6, 5, 3, 1 on the G to end that off. So you just put it all together. Okay, almost sounds like what the vocal is doing in the bridge. Alright, and he only does it a couple times, and then he just goes back into the normal pattern. Alright, and just a, note here to remember on the second and third choruses, they end differently because they're leading into the bridges and stuff like that. So, we're going from that 6 on the E this last time around, and when we get to that 4, we just stay on that 4. We don't go to the 6 on the A, so just stay on the 4. Okay. And then you go right into the bridge. Alright, in the bridge pattern here, it's something a little different here. We're just going to do 6 on the A, and then we do the 8, 6, 5 on the D. Okay. And here we add something a little different where we do, on the A, we do 4, 3, 1, and then end it with the 4 on the E. Okay, and you just put those together. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.